you guys have like, it helped me do like lose weight, or it's helped my thyroid, or it's just, it's clinically proven. So I think sharing different successes is really important, because people need to understand it's more than a weight loss shake, because it's not all weight loss. It's truly about healing and health. And one of my favorite things to ask people is about inflammation, right? Because it naturally heals or inflammation, which inflammation is the start to disease. You want to prevent disease. So who doesn't want to prevent disease? I mean, really, cancer, or like diabetes, or like whatever else, is out there is not fun to deal with. I'm sure there's plenty more. All right. So then the other thing is, I put out a post I think I put in the team page about how to, on the how to promote the 3-day refresh for after Thanksgiving. We kind of have to move fast on that. I thought we had another week, and we don't. Thanksgiving is like in a week, and I'm like way off my game on that one. But everyone's starting to promote now, so I would encourage you to do the same. Help yourself, get everybody on the 3-day refresh. And then PIO is still on sale, and the PIO Kickstart is a great pack. And the way I've been promoting that is there's a video on YouTube, and I've been using that, and it works really well. So you have plenty of time to get Success Club, get your insanity friends ready and excited for Max 30. It is not all about the ripped cut people, because there is a modifier. So people who get nervous about that, there is a modifier. It is not all about the ripped, that is a section of it, but it's also for others. So anyways, that's coming out in December. And is there anything else going on? I don't think so. We'll get started. So what we're going to do is I'll hand this over and let Ashton kind of show you guys what she does, and you guys can ask lots of questions, but let me just tell you a little bit about what I do, and then I'll hand this off. So I want to teach you attraction marketing. Every post I make, almost every post I make is strategic on Facebook, and on Instagram, and wherever else I post. It's very, like, my most recent post, I haven't made it yet, but it's telling a little bit of my story and how I went from paying credit cards for Christmas to paying cash for Christmas. Last year was the first year we paid all cash, no credit cards, unless I was, I didn't even fall for the, the credit cards that are like, you'll get this much and that. And anyways, I paid all cash. And then less than 3 weeks later was the boys' first birthday party, which I went all out on. I got a crazy cake. Like, Hal almost fainted when he saw how much, what I did with the cake. He was like, are you kidding me? And my point is like, I was able to do something like that. I was able to create a really awesome event for them. I am a Sapphire secondary, and I worked my butt off to have those babies, and I did go all out with a huge bash for them. I rented a whole entire play place. It got closed to the public. I rented the whole place out. I had a fancy cake that was all Little Nemo themed. It was a Little Nemo themed party. We had balloons. We catered it. And I was able to pay cash for it all. And I want to, right now, what you want to do is you want to be able to attract in people who want to do something like that. This is the time. This is the time to get them in and help them get to Emerald rank, because come January, you want them to benefit in the January customer leads. Because why? The January customer leads are going to be big. It's going to be a lot. So you want to be an Emerald rank coach by like Christmas, basically, or before then, and be sitting firm in that rank. You want to get Success Club in December. I don't know what the promotion is yet, but we'll see. You want to help your coaches do the same thing. You want to get people in now, get them trained up, get them going through Coach Basics, teach them how to get Success Club, how to promote, so they can benefit when we get really busy in January. Because come January, it's on. We're busy. We are like the first of the year. Everybody's busy. You're bringing in new people. You're bringing in new customers. if you don't like take advantage of from now till the end of the year and post, no one's going to come to you in January. So make sure you stay on task, even if it's maintaining your success club. For me, I'm pushing a lot harder this year because I really want to have a strong 2015. So I'm like not even letting the holidays. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy my holidays, but I am not like last year. I think I really enjoyed them. It was the twins' first holiday, and I was like, oh, it's cool, and I kind of laid back. Not this year. I'm going pretty strong, in full force, getting ready for a strong 2015. So what I do is I add a lot of friends, which Ashton's going to teach you what she does to add friends, which we went over, she taught the diamond coaches last week, and we all were just like mind blown, kind of like, what? It's so simple. She gets a lot of messages out. It's really easy. She gets it done really fast. It'll save you time, and it'll help you to create a relationship. So what I like to do is two things. When you're inviting, you advertise, or you personally message and invite, or you're talking to someone in, face to face or on the phone or whatever. But one thing that you can do is you can attract people through your postings. And if you guys want to post and get like people coming at you, you've got to learn when the right time is. When does your audience on Facebook, when are they on? For me, it tends to be the 5 to 7 o'clock hour. Or right now, I could make a post right now and probably gain some traction. I made one a little bit earlier, and it hasn't really taken off. I've tried with boosts, so we'll see how that works. Sometimes that takes a while. I tried a really random one the other day, took off, and I had a bunch of interest. So you have to play with it, and you have to figure out, like, I know Mary Curtin, who did the call with us a couple weeks ago, her posts go out in the morning. She always posts for her people in the morning, and it takes off. And it just depends. And so what you want to do is you want to like build a relationship with these people, right? So you want to, get to know them and show a genuine interest in them. I'm going to tell you this right now. I've told you guys this before. This book is the second series to this Go Giver series that I bought a while ago, and I had started to read it, and then I stopped, and I saw it sitting by my bed, and I'm like, I have like 3 chapters left. What's wrong with me? So I picked it up, and I just started reading it. And this book is called, this is part 2. It's called Go Giver, Sell More. If you are one of those that is scared to death of being the salesperson, you need this book, and you need the red book. You absolutely, positively need this book. It is amazing. I'm like, I just want to sit and read the whole thing. It talks about adding value, like what you need to do that's going to actually bring you the income that's actually going to increase your, Ashton's having technical difficulties. It's actually going to increase your income. It's a great book. So when I'm in the middle of these conversations, I am busy doing what this book says, and that's adding value to them. I'm making these crock-pot recipes. And think of a couple things you are good at that's your thing. Like, what are you good at home that you do that's helped you be successful that you can share with these people? That's free. Like, for me, the crock-pot thing is totally, like, off the cuff, like, not a Lindsay thing, but I was desperate to get some meals, and, like, I was just like, that's it. And I just started throwing stuff in there, and I'd look up paleo because I'm following paleo, and I'd look up the recipe, and I just doctored it down a little bit more because I didn't need all the added. Some of them would be like sausage and chicken and this and that. I'm like, no. And I would just take the chicken, and I would add a little bit of here and there and be done with it. And then I'm like, well, if I share this, maybe it'll help someone else who's crazy like me. So you think about like tips, like how do you get your shake in? Do you blend it? How do you make your shake? Maybe share a recipe. You think about like all these things you can add value. And while talking to these people, so you're posting, right? You're adding this posting value. Okay, following me? Strategically posting like your sweaty shot. Like today, I didn't want to work out. Someone did that today. I forget who it was, but or was it yesterday? They were like, I just wasn't having it, but I got it done anyways. I wasn't in the mood. I didn't want to do it, but I did it. And that helps people. That's adding values to them to realize, oh, I can do that too. And so then when you're in conversations and getting to know them, like showing true interest in them personally as a friend, again, this book is amazing to help you, like really genuinely being their friend. And you don't have to bring up Beachbody. You can talk about health and fitness. You can talk about kids. If you're a parent, stay-at-home parent, like you can talk about their family. You can talk about like whatever. For me, it's always about what age are your kids? Do you stay home with them? Do you work? And generally what happens is they're watching Facebook while we're doing this. It's not all in one day. It doesn't happen in one day. But then all of a sudden they'll be like, so you do this fitness thing, or what is this? And it opens the door for you to be able to talk. It's just a great way, especially like me, I added 200 new friends in the past 2 weeks, and it's been a lot for me to be like, let me go form them all. That's a lot. And I'm just slowly but surely, like, I've been going to their pages and just liking some of their photos, commenting on some of their photos, and I will build a relationship with them. But in the midst, that's a lot of people to be like, slow down, let me go invite all of you. So there is a way of like sharing just a little bit of what Beachbody has done for you. Did it help you pay for your trip to Utah? Did it help you pay for your trip to Vegas? Will you be paying for your next trip with Beachbody? Like, what has it done for you when you're making a post for the sneak peek group, for example? I was able to go to this mansion. I earned this trip. And you share just a little bit, enough for them to be like, I want in, I want to see what you're doing. Okay. That is, it takes, I don't know, it's taken me a while to kind of master this, but I've been pretty good at it because I consistently do a call to action. If you do a call to action at the end of every one of your posts, people will start to, take action based on what you say, and like message me or send me an email. And yeah, I still do personal invites as well, but I just wanted to kind of teach you strategically like how I do this. And let's talk about what a crappy post is. A crappy post is sharing someone else's post. You don't want to do that. You want it to be your own. You don't want to share someone else's recipe because people are going to go to their like page and go after them. They're not going to go for you because you're just sharing something that they created. I get a lot of that. People will share something and then they'll come to me and I'm like, no, you will, like we have to send them back. And so, you want to have your own, like share your like page to your, profile, or take a photo you love and resave it and write your name on it and then post it. Or if you see a quote you love and take a photo of yourself, like a sweat, like Ashton probably will show you, a lot of what she does is she takes quotes that she loves and she writes on a photo of herself. She'll take a photo of herself after a workout or something and she'll write on a photo the quote. And that's powerful. Or you can write, I fit into a smaller pair of pants after a month of doing PIO. And I have a couple different posts that are already made. They're already on my phone. It's just a matter of me being strategic about when I want to post them to attract the crowd. And one of them is just like PIO works. And I set it up in a way where it's bright red and then blue. So they see, just like free sneak peek, the free would be a bright, like a white or something, and then sneak peek would just be a basic color. So if you ever look at really study how some of these people do their posts, you can see the point is to get across that this is free for you to come check out. The webinar is free tomorrow night, and you have the opportunity to earn a Amazon gift card, wherever that's at. It's right here. So I'm holding the gift card and I'm like, free, come check us out. Come hear how I went from paying credit cards for Christmas to paying cash, helping people get healthier. It's very simple and it attracts people. So you want to attract them by not giving them too much. You want to give them just enough, right? So they're like, I want more, whatever you've got. But you don't want to share too much. And obviously they know you're a coach with Beachbody, but they don't know everything. Like, it's, what is this thing you're doing? Like, how did you get to Utah? And I don't understand. Like, what are you doing? And you can ask crazy questions like, what would an extra $500 mean to you? What would an extra $100 a week mean to you? And those are ways for you to figure out, like, who's following you. That could be potential. Like, what would it mean to them? So that is how I do attraction marketing. I'm getting better at teaching this stuff. I probably could say go to my Facebook and just kind of watch. I tend to do 3 to 5 posts a day. I try to keep them as quality as possible. I try to ask a question to be engaging. Like, I asked about bacon eggs tonight. I don't even understand what it is, but I found it in a cookbook that I was thumbing through, a paleo cookbook, and I'm like, what is this? It's like a part of all these recipes. So I was like, what is this? But it's not really getting traction because I don't think anyone knows. They're probably like me. I have no clue. But if I post, like, I tend to stick with something about the kids, something about the fitness and the workouts, something about the refresh if I'm doing the refresh, something about my shake every so often. I don't always say what it is. Now, I know a lot of people know what it is, but it is fun to say. I'm so glad I'm getting my vitamins in, my superfoods in, and healing proper, whatever you want to call it, like all in this, or however you want to word it, for people to be like, well, what are you doing? Like, what did you make? Is that a recipe? Like, what is that? And that's how you attract them to you, is by leaving them. It's sort of like fishing, right? You're throwing a pole. You're throwing a line out, and you've got to throw the right bait so the fish starts to try to grab. And that's what's really fun about this business. It's fun to be like really mastering how to make posts that is enough to bait them. And to say, like that 21 day fixed script post that everybody used was for 21 days, 30 minutes, blah, 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 blah. That attracts people because they're like, 30 minutes, I'm going to lose how much? And who? What is this? What are you talking about? And that gets people talking to you. You still need to bring people, you still need to add new people, and you need to make sure they can see your newsfeed posts, which means you do need to be getting to know them, spending time, building a relationship with them. But you don't have to feel, yes, encourage invites, but I also want to encourage you to practice attraction marketing, see if it works for you. Go back and forth, you'll get to a point if you do this where you'll build followers and you will be able to just make posts. Unless you really enjoy the inviting, I think you can go back and forth. For me, I do both right now. It's just a good balance. All right. So that was pretty much what I wanted to share about attraction marketing. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Crafting your posts can be interesting. I would say I can't really teach on that because you need to be you. And you need to stick with you, but just think about, like, what can I do and what can I say that's going to show them I'm serious about my goals, I'm serious about helping other people, without just saying, hi, I was on sale. Like, yeah, you might say that. Like, I think we might say that once in a while, but you think about, like, daily. Like, if I say that every day, people are going to be annoyed. But if I say things like, talking about your trip to Utah, or talking about, sharing testimonials is a great thing. Sharing so-and-so lost XYZ weight, or, that's why we like Transformation Tuesday, because we're able to share amazing transformations. And the people that are watching, because what happens is you make these friends and all these people are watching, and they're 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 like, this person shows up every day. So when I'm ready, I'm going to go to that person. I'm not going to go to the gym. I'm not going to go come January 1st or whatever, or my birthday or whatever. I'm not going to the gym. I'm going to that person because they're always there. They're always posting. They're always doing their journey, and they're going to help me through it. So anyways, that being said, let me get Ashton here. Let me make her a host. Okay, I'm going to make you a host, Ashton, and then you can screen share and show them how you make friends. And it should unmute you.
All right. How's everyone doing? Okay. So before I hit on this, well, first of all, I'll screen share here. All right, so everyone can see the screen? We're good? One thing I want to let you know is what Lindsay was hitting on is absolutely great information, and if you guys do go to her page, you'll see how much engagement that she gets on each post that she does. And like, just one thing that I want to say here, like I had this post, it was, all it was is I was cold, but you're creating that call to action. I said, hey, post your temperatures below. And when you do that, even though it's not regarding anything health or fitness, I got my kids in there, I'm freezing, I don't like the cold temperature, and I had 93 people comment on this. That's huge. That brings people to your page. It brings your engagement up. So it doesn't matter what you are doing, any single post that you have, seriously ask yourself, did I create a call to action on this? You know, I told people to tag a strong woman in this post. Call to actions are the biggest key into creating engagement in your page. All right, let's go into it. I have my list of friends here, if I can find it. And this is from the Facebook. If you don't know how to get it, you can go onto your settings, I believe it is, and I'll tell you, see if I can pull it up here. Right here, it says download a copy of your Facebook data. So this will give you people that you've been friends with for how long, people that you might have that you deleted. So I recommend grabbing that, because when you pull up your friends list, if you have a lot of friends, you pull up the ones you'll see mostly that you conversate the most with, and you just don't get everyone. You could even go to the A's and be like, all right, A, and nothing came up. B, you're gonna get like the top 15. Doesn't work. Grab that list, because what you can do is pull it up, and what I started doing is creating a color code system to figure out, there's a lot of people I added when I first started that were adding me, and I was just like, okay, add, yay, people are adding me. I had no system down, and you need to send them a message when you add them. I ask them. I have scripts for coaches. I have scripts for people that are outside of the United States. I have scripts for people that I see their page and it's very negative or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll make sure that they follow me. And I just tell them I'm close to being maxed out, or I'm maxed out. And I have ones for people that I add. So if you look here, I just started this color system. I need to do it better. But if I pull up someone, this is how I'm creating engagement with people as a follow-up, but then also adding new friends. We'll go to Whitney Connor. I don't know. So I pull up their name, and look at it, I have no friends with her. So we'll just go to this person. So she's a stay-at-home mom. Sweet. I don't even know if I've actually conversated with her or not. So I will usually like some of their posts, see what they're saying. Wow, that looks amazing. It's a candy salad. But like a few of their posts, conversate on it. Looks like she just got married. That, for one, is doing one thing. It's creating engagement with them. And when you create engagement with them, they're going to see your post, or they might be like, wow, what has she been up to? Next, I will message them. Let's see here. I haven't talked to them since June. And it was, hey, do you have any hobbies? So I will send them a message. So that's for one. You're following up with them. Next, this is how you can reach out to, first of all, let me tell you this before I tell you this. You guys need to get out of your head. As I'm saying that as nice as I can, but you need to get out of your head, because what we do is we create fear in our mind, and we hold back. A lot of times we will hold back on asking to join our challenge or asking to join our coaching. And it's like, when's the right time? When's the right time? When do you bring it up? There is no right time for it, because you can start playing this conversation out slow and let it drag out. And if you're not keeping in contact with them, like if you're not making sure that you get through your messages every single day, and there's been a few times recently that it's been 2 days for me, like I've tried, but I'm like usually on it every single day. Like I complete all my messages, and it's because you're going to drag the conversation out. It's going to seem like it's taking forever and you're starting over at step one. But you guys have to understand that the potential that we have, whether it's the coaching or whether it's the challenge packs, this can potentially change someone's life. So from this, you don't know how this could affect someone. So why wouldn't you want to provide this gift for someone? And if you haven't read Go Pro, the easiest way to just jump into this too is saying, you know, if you're conversating with them, by the way, I've been meaning to ask you, I have a challenge group starting out, you know, or just using that, by the way, I've been meaning to ask you, because you can throw that into anywhere in the conversation. It doesn't matter where it was at, because you're just asking, hey, by the way, I've been meaning to ask you. But anyways, get out of your heads and don't be afraid to start making friends, because you don't know how this can change someone's life. So, oh no, I can't see their friends list. Well, looks like we got to find someone else. Okay, let's go to Whitney Barron or Wes Murfield. Okay. So I'm not going to like their post right now. I'll do that later. I just want to show you guys. So here's her friends list, right? How amazing is it that she's got 773 friends? Crazy. Well, what you can do, what I do, is you just start messaging them. Yep, that's right. Hey, look it, there's no other folder down here. Can you believe that? So this is a way that you can get a message out to someone without going to their other folder, without being in a group, and just, this is exactly what I say. Hey, Christy, how are you? Oops, how are you? And I send that. And I copy and I paste and I change the name, or with how simple it is just by saying, hey, how are you? Hey, James, how are you? And last night I did a one-on-one with Devana, and we were doing this, and with Zoom, if you get a message coming up, it pops right back up. So she got to see the conversation go live. And because normally what happens is that they're going to come back either, do I know you? Or I'm good. How are you? Like, how do I know you? And what you then say is just be like, you know, depending on how they say it, I'll apologize first. I'll say, I'm doing great. I'm going to pull up a conversation that I'm having with one of the guys that I did this to, and it was actually on the Diamond calls. But how crazy is it that you have access to literally millions and millions and millions of people? How many friends do you guys have on Facebook? Do you have 500 friends? How many friends do each of them have? You have to understand that, like I said, you know, you guys are creating opportunities for people that you don't understand what it can do for their life. So why wouldn't you want to give them the opportunity to do that? It doesn't matter if it's the business. It doesn't matter if it's a challenge pack. So once you guys get the belief that you and yourself, through yourself, you can give opportunities to anyone. Don't be afraid. So there's another one. Do you understand how many messages and how many new people you can reach out in a day just by doing this? And some of you guys might be like, oh my gosh, well then that's how many messages I'm going to get back. Guess what? Suck it up, Buttercup. This is what you're doing, right? I'm sorry, get over it. Don't be afraid of how many messages you're going to get back. You might be, I mean, look, I got 32 new messages, but let's see how many messages. I have 56. I have 56 messages that it is what it is. I do what I do because I want to change people's lives, and I'm not going to stop doing it, and I'm not going to let anything hold me back. So this guy I've been talking to, this is one of the guys that I send this to here. So I said, hey, Rob, how are you doing? Hey there. I guess you didn't even send anything back. I saw that we had mutual friends together, and your profile picture struck me. Do you do a lot of running? Tons of running. I see that you're really into fitness as well. Wow, that's awesome, Rob. It wasn't always a passion of mine, but yes. So what's your favorite run that you've done so far? You're keeping in control of the conversation, constantly asking questions. And here he talks about what he's done and all that stuff. And I'm like, always that's amazing. That's you're building that relationship. And so do you try to beat your previous time, or do you try to be the first? And this is kind of where I'm trying to figure out his gem, Does he want to be in first? Is he a Ruby because he loves running? He may be into fitness. Guess what? This is a huge coach potential. I focus on improving and beating previous time, and then also how I'm doing within my age groups. So now I can just be like, I can continue the conversation, ask him a little bit more about fitness or runs, or if he does anything else on the side, and then go into forming him with the friends and family and, occupation and everything. Just what else does he like to do? Do you have any other hobbies? But that is how, I'm trying to see if I have one more here. I think I do. So you guys are probably all on your Facebook right now doing this, aren't you? Aren't you? How many of you are doing this right now while we're on this conversation? Okay. So, hey, Scott, how are you? I'm sorry. Do I know you? I'm like, you came across as a friend suggestion. I see you're friends with William Hinton, and you live in Dubuque. Your profile picture caught my attention as you look like a runner. I do apologize for the inconvenience. I don't want to startle anyone. I'm like, I hope you have a great night. And then I was like, well, if he responds, then he's interested. And then Devonna also asked me too, she's like, when do you send them a friend request? Well, for me, no, I don't. And the reason why is because I'm limited. I have about 300 friend spots left, and that might sound like a lot, but it's not, because I probably get a good 15 friend requests every day, and about at least 5 or 6 of them are new people. So, and then I will wait for them to send me a friend request, because then that shows that they're interested. They're interested in knowing more about me, which is great. But you guys can friend request them and just keep in close conversation or follow up with them. Write it down. Write who you are talking to every single day, because then if you added them and it's not really going anywhere, and that's why I'm re-going through all my friends list. There's a lot of people that they might not even have an active Facebook, but they don't use it ever. So here, no worries, smiley face. I hope I didn't come across as a jerk. I didn't know if it was spam account or something. I am a runner. Do you run? And I said, no, you didn't. I completely understand. Sucks that we have to worry about those. Hashtag all the time. I love to run, but I love hot weather running. Haven't mastered in cool weather. How long have you been running for? Did you have a good weekend? I ran in high school a lot. He goes on about the cold weather, how it's challenging because you don't want to be too hot or too cold. And I said, that's awesome. Bahaha, nice challenge. I did my first run 2 years ago. I love running in the heat. Weekend was great. Kids church football. So what do you do for a living? Well, he saw us at 1:44, and if he doesn't message me back, I'll message him back later, tomorrow. So this is just seriously a simple, basic, easy way to create conversations with other people that's not going to go to their other folder. And like I said, I know some of you guys, especially the pearls, worry about, oh, well, I don't want to be too pushy. I don't want to sell. You're not selling. So it's technically a sales. You're in sales anywhere. Danny Johnson will completely be straight up honest with you. When you married your spouse, you were in sales to sell yourself to them. So it doesn't matter what you're doing. You sell your kids every single day on what they eat, broccoli or chips. You're selling yourself every single day. But if you are out of your head and you believe in this business and what it does for other people, what something can you see the success stories through health, through fitness, through finances. Look at Lindsay, look what she's done. If you can create that for someone else, even if you're not in the position where you want to be in the business or in your health, wouldn't you want to give that opportunity to someone? I know I would. Don't be afraid. Do not be afraid. Believe in what you guys do and just go and do it. It's simple. Very, very, very simple. It's relationship building and caring about other people. And then on top of it, we get paid for it. We get benefits. We have fun. We have the best motivated team ever. I mean, you get surrounded. Coach Summit, 15,000 coaches of positivity. Can we figure out a way to just quarantine off people for a month? Because that'd be kind of cool. All right, so I'm gonna add. Do you guys have questions on what I do, or what do you guys think? Pretty simple, easy way to meet a lot of new people, right? All right, let me get off of screen share here. Okay. Any questions? How many of you guys are doing this right now? Seriously. I knocked off 20 messages easily in a matter of minutes doing this. So, did that help you guys? Do you think that that's going to create a lot of new friends for you guys? Yes? Now you guys are going to be saving the world more than one drop at a time. It's going to be a half of a glass of water at a time. Great, great, great. All right, well, do you guys have any other questions regarding what Lindsay was talking about? I guess we can open it up completely for questions, right?
Yeah.
Yes, out of the box.
Sorry.
No. Hashtag on time.
So, you guys, this is how we built when we started. This is a great way to generate friends. And then another reason why I like attraction marketing is because you can be picky about who you want on your team. You don't want negative Nancy, whiny, complaining, blah, blah people on your team, right? You want people who want to make a change, who really, really want to do this. You want, people who have a why that makes them cry, that drives them, people who have a vision long term that 5 years from now, I'm going to be, in this thing, I'm going to be a millionaire, I'm going to make $200,000 a year. And if you think about it, if you do these steady steps, making the new friends, inviting, practice your posting from 3 years, almost 4 years into this thing. And I'm I think I got this attraction marketing figured out. And I started learning about it 2 years ago, so maybe longer. And I finally feel confident to talk about it, which is crazy, because I've been doing it forever. And that you tweak and you adjust and you tweak and you adjust as you go. That's what we do with their coach training groups. We're okay, how did that go? Okay, what can we improve? Okay, how did this go? Okay, what can we improve? Katie's over here suggesting that look for people you relate to, people who relate to you. I can tell you right now, because of my attraction marketing posts, I've had, y'all met Tina in Utah who said I was following her. She wasn't even my friend on Facebook. She sent me an email, but she was following me because I had hashtagged infertility or something. And so she connected to that right away. So if you use the hashtags as well, or if you're posting specific to your life, those people are going to attract to you. They're going to magnetically, like, that's just how the law of attraction works. And then of course the law of average works. If you're really good at the skills at this business and you're really good at adding value to these people, and adding value means just over serving them. Like, can I send you more tips? Can I send you more motivation? Can I send you some recipes to help you? What more can I do to serve you? The more you do that, the more they're going to be like, here's my credit card, whatever. Can I get what you got? I want in on what you got. I want a part of whatever you're doing because you're amazing. That's what this book, like, oops. That's part of what this book teaches you, and that makes you feel so much less of a salesman, but your income is still there. And wow, that's exciting. So that is, for Katie, that is how you would attract, your team would bring in people that relate to them. So I hope that answered that. And then also, question, do you guys want to do a team call next week? It's Thanksgiving week. I haven't scheduled anything yet, but I do have other elite coaches who want to get on and chat with you guys. And we're debating, should we do next week or should we push it off to December? And then secondly, a summit question. We talked about this a little bit in Utah, but we are looking to do a team meeting breakfast the Sunday after in Nashville to give you an action plan to go home with, because you're going to get a lot of information. You're going to get a lot of training. It's going to be way more than what Utah was like. It's going to be fun, but there's a lot of workshops and there's a lot of meetings and stuff, and then there's the parties. And then you get out and you're like, I just learned so much stuff, my head's gonna explode. I'm so excited. What do I do next? So if we would like to do I would like to do a breakfast meeting the Sunday after, like in the morning, with you guys, and just kind of be like, all right, here's what we're going to do, and we're going to set an action plan for you to go home with. So as you're booking and planning your trip, try to stay in or get a flight out Sunday afternoon or Sunday or Monday or whatever. I know a lot of people have to go back to work, so if you can do especially a lot of you guys are pretty close to Nashville, so you probably could get an easy flight and get back home pretty quickly on Sunday afternoon. It'll just be like an hour or two or something, and we can do it early, like 9 to 11 or something, and then you can head out. So, all right. Any more questions?
Can I say one thing, Lindsay?
Yeah.
So when you were talking about what Katie was talking about, I think she was talking about, like, you were saying that your team would probably be opposed to doing this. Well, and what you were saying was completely correct on, like, if you're searching through the friends, maybe you see a mom with the 3 kids or whatever, like, instead of just completely messaging every single random, like, obviously you saw that I sent a message to 2 of the runners, because for one, I mean, I love to run, not in the cold, but they're also probably healthy, fit, they're into fitness. They're also in my hometown, but yes, I do. It's not like I completely randomly message every single person that I can, but remember that you might not be able to find out a lot about their conversation or know exactly what they're into, but if you do message them, and that's where you're forming them, and maybe there isn't something that hits, and then the conversation's done, whatever, it is what it is, but you didn't waste time. So don't, let them know that you might find something interesting about people that you don't know. So it's not on Facebook all the time. So again,
don't prejudge. Is that what you're saying?
What?
Don't judge. Don't prejudge.
Well, right, exactly. But I mean, it is good to find, like, I know that I'll search through the friends list, and if I see someone that's like, I try to tend to talk to more women. I've been trying to open up to talk to more men, but I tend to attract a lot of the moms or talk to a lot of moms. So if you pull up their Facebook and it says, or it's a picture of them and their mom or their kids, yeah, I'll probably message them and just say, hey, how's it going? So, or if I see someone likes the Cowboys, I'm going to message them. So, yeah, you can have them find something that they can try and relate to, but also let them know too, I mean, or send the video to them, that you never know what you can connect with someone until you create that bond and conversation, because there's usually a point, no matter who it is, no matter what, that you can create a bond with anyone. It doesn't matter who it is. There's something that you can relate to with someone in some level. So just a thought.
Yeah, I like to definitely look at their profile. And if I see a lot of posts that are just like, this person tried to add me today, and it's like middle finger, there's some negative whatever, and I'm just kind of like, no, no. Like, I'm not going there, because that sounds like someone with a lot of crap that, no, like, and maybe that's me prejudging, and that could be bad on my end, but like, I just, like, if they come to me and, we chat, we get to know each other, then that's cool. But like, you guys, I mean, we're not saying like, yeah, don't prejudge everyone, but like, if you see a profile and you're like, and you're not feeling it, I mean, there are some crazy profiles out there, don't get me wrong, and you probably have seen them. I get a lot of random ads every once in a while. They come through, and, and they are spamming or whatever, but like, you do get to pick who you work with. So you can go through these and be like, wow, she looks awesome. Or look, she's got 3 kids. I totally relate to that. Or stay at home mom, whatever. Or she has a job and she's got these kids. And like, I always love when I make the new friends in like the groups or wherever, because this is all new to me. I didn't realize we could message through mutual friends. I know you can do it through groups, but I didn't realize you can do it through mutual friends until last week. And so, it's fun when I get one and I'm like, oh, you're from Chicago, me too. Or I've been to wherever, I know where you live. Like, my grandparents lived in Florida, they're a Florida person or whatever. And I just find that common connection, start that conversation. Generally the conversation's about kids, but at one point in my life as a Beachbody coach, I did not have kids. So I could not connect with them on kids. So if you don't have kids yet, I know what that's like, and I just, I still somehow attracted in the moms, but like, I just didn't have kids yet. So, I think I still may have asked like, how old are your kids? And I still engaged in the whole concept, of the kids. And I did this while I was like, oh my God, am I ever going to have kids? Like, my life sucks. I just, really personally developed my way through that really rough time, and I just put on, my business smiling, happy, friendly face that had hope that, hopefully I can share one day about my kids. So anyways, just to kind of add to that. What does she say? Would you try to add them as a friend by the end of conversation? Oh, would you try to add them as a friend if you didn't have, if you don't, okay, so she's saying, Ashton, if you had, let's say you only had 2,000 friends, would you try to add these people as a friend knowing you still have 3,000 spots to fill? Like, with these guys, they want to get 5,000 friends. So we would say, yeah, have them add them, or you're saying, no, you still wouldn't? I think she would.
Honestly, that's going to be completely up to you. If you do add them, then that's fine. Start the conversation, and obviously wait for them to respond back first. You don't want to send them a friend request and then send them a message. To me, it's kind of like, I don't know. I would message them first and just be like, hey, and then give it that time to just make a few conversation. And then if you want to add them, if you've been conversating, let's say there's 5 conversations between you guys or 6 conversations between you guys, then add them. But what I do is I always write down every single day. Like, I have my notebook here and I'll write down, okay, Tuesday I talked to this person, this person, this person, this person, but write down who it is that you're conversating with, because maybe it doesn't go anywhere. But again, you have that awesome Facebook thing that can pull up all your friends. So, it doesn't matter. If you do have that spot available, you have 3,000 friends available, add them. But just create conversations first.
Yeah, I would say your goal should be to get to your goal should be like hers and to get to 5,000 friends. You want to be maxed at friends. That's your goal. So yeah, in my opinion, I would be adding them. And that's what we did when we started out. We were adding them as friends. Like that was our goal, was message, add, message, add, message, add. Like that was truly our goal. And we weren't being specific about who we were attracting or going after. We were just going after anybody because we didn't know any better. I didn't know any better. I didn't know I was supposed to but you still, because of the law of attraction, I still attracted in people who related to me regardless. Like, yeah, I attracted in, there's a couple that were like, I don't even know what we relate on, but it still worked out really well. So, and then we have how you transition them into telling you're a coach after you're started. You can, when they ask you, like, what do you do for a living, you can certainly talk about it. Or like this awesome book says, and this book talks all about forming too. So I think Danny Johnson has a connection with this book. Anyways, they talk about like consistently asking about them, let them talk, let them talk, let them talk, let them talk. They will see your posts and figure stuff out. That's what Melanie Mitro said. She did a team call that I posted to you guys, to the team page. It's long, so when you have an hour and you want to hear how to get through the holidays and how she does it, feel free to take it. But she talks about how like you don't even have to, go message everybody. Like your that's the point of having your posts. So you don't necessarily, you tell them until they're like, what's this thing you're doing and how are you making money at home and what's going on. And so, okay, so I need to jump because I am going to be getting on the other elite coach, Mindy Horde. She's a cross-line coach. She's under Christina Delgado's team and Jason Diebold and all them. And she's asked me to speak on inviting. And so I need to jump and go to her team call now. You guys are welcome to join if you want, or you can get to work or go be with your family. We're about at 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock, or I don't even know what time it is over here. So thanks so much for joining us. If you have any other questions, please just post them to the team page and we will get to them as soon as we have a chance. This is recorded, so this will be posted to the team page as well, so you can, again, come back and like review it. And then let me know. I'll ask again if you guys want me to do a team call next week or if you want me to take the week off for the holiday. It's Thanksgiving. I don't know what everyone's thinking or how it's all going to work. I think I'll be around on Tuesday anyways. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Have a great night and go make some new friends. Thanks, Ashton, for helping us tonight. Bye.